everyone. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Hope you all are doing great. It is a very crowded day in New York, so I hope wherever you are in the world, this nice and sunny, if unless you're a person that loves cloudy days. I hope it's nice and bright and sunny where you are. But welcome to Facts and This is Fiddle. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Polo, Guy, Justin, Mama Mia, all of us here at Sussex Squad. Welcome. Again, hope you're all having a fantastic Wednesday so far. I hope the sound is good. My headsets, for some reason, the sound is kind of crazy. It was doing the same thing yesterday. I thought it would be fixed today, but it's not. So I'm hoping that you are having no problems hearing me. So if you can just give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me well. And if not, I'm not sure what to do, but I'm using my mic, so it worked the last few days. So I'm hoping it's still working well and you're hearing me well. So if you can just give me a thumbs up, that would be great. Let me know if you are hearing, or let me know if you're not. That would be great as well. But welcome, guys. Oh, I see Margaret's thumbs up and Sherry Ware's thumbs up. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you letting me know. Annie's a thumbs up. Oh, she's got 3 thumbs up. You go, Annie. And Church Nelly is a thumbs up. Thank you, guys. I appreciate. Sonia says sound as good as ever. As fantastic. Emma Day is okay as well. I thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Welcome. Who else is here? Let's see. Black Queen is here. And well, we got Church Nelly. Before I even asked, Church Nelly had all the thumbs in the world up. So I appreciate it. And thank you, Church Nelly, for reminding everyone. If you, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell so that you know when we drop a video. Please like the video, share the video. We're trying to build this community, get it bigger, faster. And that would help a lot, as well as joining our channel where you support the channel monthly, financially support the channel monthly. So thank you so much, Church Nelly, for reminding everyone. And if you haven't already, please join. Love to have you. Who else is here? Carol is here. Our awesome other moderator, Karen M, is here. Chody says is here. Dolores is here. Fancy is here. Hi, Fancy. And Annie. And I see myself in the chat. I'm saying, hi, myself. Hi. Just kidding. That's just me saying hello to everyone earlier. Sonia is here and Kenitha is here. Hi, guys. And Patty and C-Mac and Mad World and Victoria. Sherry, I got you already. Rodney Jackson is here. Nelissa is here. I got Emma Day before. Let's see. Oh, Elaine Parker is here. 2 Cents Crew member Elaine is here. I think I got you, Mad World and Margaret. Hello, everyone. And Sonia is here. And Rochelle and Katie. All my friends are hanging out with me, and 101 other fantastic friends are there who are not necessarily in the chat with us, but are hanging out with us. So I appreciate you guys, and everyone else, I'll get you as we go along. But it's a kind of a I guess it's a kind of a not really slow day, because as one of our squaddies put it today, somehow I think Meghan and Harry just remembered they had a website. So today we had a complete info dump, or update on all their project dump on their site. I mean, all things we knew, things we didn't know. And so it was just like, oh, you guys just remembered you got a website that you need to update. So give us stuff so we can talk about it and promote you. But I love it. They just do things and then they tell us later. So as we know, they go in stealth. So but it would be great. I mean, they're not on social media, which is great. I mean, literally don't want them on social media, but they have a great website. And so I would say, they it would be great if they really update that every day, or as soon as they do a project, whatever, because again, they love to go stealth. They love to do their project and then talk about it. Some things like their awards or speaking engagement, because they want to publicize it so people would come buy tickets, whatever. So they have to do that in advance. But the other stuff that they do it in stealth, and which is great. But tell us right after so we can promote you. So but today it was a big day where they did a whole big dump. You had to use the word dump, because that usually means when they just put a whole lot of information on their site, all at once. And so so this was today, and they sort of upgraded it. But the only thing with them is, like, if you don't know it's there a lot with their site, this is the only thing I would say about their website. Their list of the how they have it right now, or maybe it's just how it looks on my computer, maybe it looks different on yours when you go on their site, is like all their current stuff is hidden. So you have to like scroll down to realize it's there. And if you don't scroll down, you don't realize it's there. And so, I would say make stuff smaller so that could be on the landing page. So it's right there. People see all of that stuff right there, and they can just go clicking, left and right, just so it's there. And people, because again, I would have not known it was there unless someone posted. And I went on their site. I was like, well, where did I find this? I don't see it. And then I was like, oh, I had to scroll to find it. So that's the only complaint I would have with their site, is like, put it on the landing page right there so everybody can see it right there. And then, so nobody has to go searching to realize they have stuff there, because all the stuff is so fantastic. And I just want everybody to see it right there. And that's just me being impatient, and that's just me being like, no, everybody has to know right now. But no, there is just some wonderful projects that we know of, a few that we didn't know. And so it is just great. So I was just thinking today, it's like, look, our faves are the best royals, and just looking at their site and all the work that they do and the global impact that they make, I'm telling you, nobody else in any royal family is doing the work that they're doing. And at least not having the kind of global impact, or at least the global influence that they have. And it's just amazing in 2 short years, and while the others on Shutter Island are on vacation or in their wellness resort, Harry and Meghan are doing the work, and they're doing, and so it's amazing. And I just think it's fantastic. So I was just like, you know what, we're going to do a proof that our faves, of course, we are incredibly biased and we're petty and all of that stuff, but we are fact-based. And so what we're going to be talking about is, even though we're biased and petty, admittedly, we're going to be talking about our faves and the work that they're doing. We're not focusing on Shutter Island today. We're just focusing on our faves and our proof that our faves, they are the best. And the work that they are doing, they are the best royals. They're the most influential royals. They are the most powerful royal couple there is right now. So I just thought we would do. And so I was like, number one proof. I was like, let's do a top 10. We have more. There's a part 2 to this, but today we're like, let's just focus on 10. So yeah. So a number one proof is their work with World Central Kitchen. I'm telling you, World Central Kitchen for me is one of the most amazing organizations. And again, it deals with food insecurity. And no matter what, you want to make sure people are fed. You want to make sure whatever is going on in the world, you want to make sure people have something in their belly so that they can work or they can do whatever they need to do. When you don't have that, then everything goes around. I know what happens when I'm hungry. So, and, definitely Harry and Meghan are all about making sure that food insecurity is not an issue you have to deal with when you have all these other challenges going on in your life or in your country or in your community, whatever it is. And for me, the number one is just like their relationship. Maybe I should have done a countdown. Now I'm thinking, I was like, maybe I should have done the countdown, but doesn't matter. The number one thing for me is their relationship and their work with World Central Kitchen. And they've started working with World Central Kitchen a couple of years ago when they built this relationship with them. And this, you can find this on the Archewell website. It says Archewell Foundation and Chef Andreas World Central Kitchen have established a joint philanthropic partnership in service of healing families and strengthening the local communities around the world. As the anchor to the partnership, Archewell Foundation has provided financial commitment for World Central Kitchen to build 4 community relief centers in regions disproportionately impacted by hunger, with 3 already underway in the Commonwealth countries of Dominica, Puerto Rico, and the Indian city of Mumbai. These centers will act as emergency service kitchens during the times of high need or disaster, and as food distribution hubs, schools, clinics, and safe community gathering zones during non-disaster times. In addition to the partnership, Archewell Foundation recently made a donation to support World Central Kitchen's emergency response in the wake of the earthquake in Haiti. And we saw a lot of the work, as you can see at the top, the World Central Kitchen Twitter post at the top. It says, with support from around the world and our partners, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Archewell Foundation, joining the relief effort, World Central Kitchen is now delivering thousands of hot meals and nutritious meals daily to hospitals, shelters, caring for Haitian impacted by the earthquake. Thank you. And then at the bottom, Scobie did a post about their kitchen in Dominica. It says, new details from World Central Kitchen under Dominican Community Relief Center, built with the help of Harry and Meghan's Archewell Foundation. The kitchen will feed school kids, run a chef relief program, and is equipped to help during emergencies. And this, and again, also in Mumbai during COVID, they were operating, and also right now going on with all the flooding and all over the world. It's like this flooding and earthquake and all this stuff going on. World Central Kitchen is all over the place. They're in Venezuela. You see, Venezuela, may there be peace, Charities. Our Chef for Venezuela team delivered 37,000 plus meals to residents in Las Terreras after the city was hit by deadly landslide. Volunteer cooks, almost all directly impacted by the disaster, joined in to provide food to the community. At the bottom, it's like, take a peek. World Central Kitchen, Phil Kitchen in Fort Myers, Florida. They just had the hurricane and flooding and all of that in Fort Myers and the community around it. Each of these paella pans between them, 1,000 to 1,500 meals once cooked and plated into trays, and piping hot food goes to Cambros to stay warm for delivery. World Central Kitchen volunteers also help to make salads, etc. Chef for Florida. They're also in Pakistan, where it's been almost a month and a half, whatever, maybe more, where they've been devastating floods. I think it was said like at least 2/3 of Pakistan was underwater or something. I could be wrong on that number, but I thought it's a 2/3. World Central Kitchen Relief Team delivers food kits filled with 6 weeks worth of food to Johi and nearby villages still underwater from historical floods in Pakistan. Electricity hasn't turned on in Ali village, so he's happy to also take candles back home with him. Chef for Pakistan. We also have at the bottom, Ukraine, Ukraine city of Izium was liberated in September after half a year occupation by Russian military, and homes, businesses, and buildings were destroyed. Families are still without light, gas, heat. So World Central Kitchen team keeps showing up with hot meals for the people. Chef of Ukraine. And I'm going to just get rid of our little banner, our little brand thing right there, so I can read that. Let's get rid of that so I can read. There we go. The top part is our World Central Kitchen in Guatemala. World Central Kitchen Relief Team was on the ground delivering hot meals in Guatemala just hours after Hurricane Julia caused widespread flooding over a week ago alongside longtime restaurant partners. Our Chef for Guatemala team delivered 12,000 plus meals that reached the hardest hit communities. Again, so I haven't heard if they're in Nigeria, because Nigeria also has major floodings. We talked about that on the episode last night, about the major flooding in there. I know the Sussexes donated to Save the Children, and I forgot which the other organization they donated to. So I haven't heard of them in Nigeria as yet. So if I do, I will post it. But I mean, all over World Centered Kitchen, they are serving people all over the world, and it is so wonderful to see again that the Sussexes are part of this. And if you remember, Chef and when Harry and Meghan were doing when they were featured on Time 100 People, when they were there, the person who wrote the blurb about them was Chef Andres. He talked about the relationship, how much he loves them and how much they are people. They have the same kind of attitude as World Central Kitchen. They run to the struggle. They see it, they don't run away. They run and they donate, they give, they support, they do whatever they need to do to run to the struggle. So it's just fantastic for me. This is like the number one proof that they are the best royals and the most impactful in doing. They don't just send thoughts and prayers like the others do. They go in and they do something. They team up and work with organizations. They donate money. They do what they need to do, to really support communities. And I absolutely love it. The number two proof that they're the best royals is what they're doing in Uvalde, Texas. And it is just amazing. And as we remember, we saw the pictures and we talked about it a couple of episodes ago, I think, just when Meghan went down there, when the shooting happened and she went down there, and there was all this criticism about Meghan, about why she was there. And it was a photo op and all this nonsense. And all those people who were criticizing her, where are they today? We know where Meghan is and what she is doing, and what she and Harry and Archewell are doing is they have teamed up again with Kaboom. And they are building a community park for kids, a place where the family could come together and heal. And this is from Archewell. This is, I'm going to be reading stuff from Archewell, the healing, helping families heal. And Archewell says, Archewell Foundation partnered with the city of Uvalde and Kaboom to create a play space for kids and the community to enjoy at De Leon Park. Built to be a home of joy and healing, the playground is symbolic of the hope and strength of the city has exhibited in its ongoing recovery following the tragic shooting at Robb Elementary School on May 24, 2002. And Kaboom, the partner that they're working with, they tweeted out this past weekend, which was a couple of weeks ago, this past weekend, Kaboom, along with Archewell Foundation, created by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, began our journey together to rebuild for kids in Uvalde who have experienced devastating trauma and need outlet to gather, play, and just be kids. And so it was just fantastic, and they also worked with the city of Uvalde because, with the space and all of that. And the wonderful thing about it, they didn't just come in and build stuff. The kids and the young people of the community, they came up with ideas of what they wanted to see in the park. The things that will help them, the things that they would love playing with. And so it's their ideas. The park is built around their ideas. And so I just thought it's just absolutely fantastic when all those people who were criticizing Meghan have gone home, the press have gone away. They're not in 24-hour news cycle anymore. Look at who is there supporting and helping the people of Uvalde. It's Archewell. Again, the incredible impact that they are having in Texas. And this is not the first time they're doing Texas. If you remember, one of the first things Harry and Meghan did when they came to, when they moved to California, was to help the domestic violence center rebuild their roof. And so they rebuild the roof and send them all this food and all of that stuff, supporting them in an incredible way. So this is not the first time that they are doing something and helping a community in Texas. So incredible the work and the impact that they have had. I mean, ever since Meghan went there, she kept in touch with the family, so, different families. I remember one lady, her nephew was tweeting, just how much Meghan reaching out to his aunt, how much it meant to them. And she offered, to help in any way. And it's amazing. I'm so amazed and blown away by what they've been able to do in the last, 2 years now that, or a year, what is it, 2 years now, at least almost 2 years that Archewell has been. They have done so much, and I'm just like, yes, um let's see what else. What else would be number 3? Proof that they are the best royals. Oh yeah, supporting families that flee to supporting families forced to flee Afghanistan. Of course, we know that Prince Harry is a vet. He served in 2 tours, and he served 2 tours in Afghanistan, and we remember this when Harry and Meghan came and they did the event for wounded veterans, for invisible wounds, for veterans with invisible wounds. I can't speak anymore. They did that at in New York, and then they the next day we weren't sure what they were going to do. I actually assumed they were just going back to California. They did the event at the Intrepid. I tried to take a picture and got a blur. And, they did Meghan in her fabulous red dress. And so they did that event. And then the next day they were in New Jersey. And they were visiting a base there that housed Afghan refugees. I had no idea. New Jersey is right across the river. I had no idea there were thousands of Afghan refugees at the base in New Jersey. But, well, Harry's military, so of course he would know. And so they went there. As you can see the pictures at the bottom, that the base, they released those pictures, their media, and it was fantastic. It was just like, oh my goodness. And so ever since then, they've worked with Team Rubicon, and this is from Archewell. It says, over the past year, Archewell Foundation has been working with Team Rubicon to help welcome to families forced to flee Afghanistan into their new homes in the United States. Together, Archewell Foundation has helped Team Rubicon volunteers serve nearly 4,000 Afghan individuals through home move-ins, providing essential items and offering support. We are delighted to hear the program has now engaged more than 2,000 volunteers and the majority of them veterans. To read more about that from one of to read more from one of the team's leader, Corey Schreider. And then, when you're on the site, you can click and you can read all about Corey Schreider's story. One of the cool things about this is they had a wish list, like an Amazon wish list online, obviously. And one of our squaddies, Royal_Suter, she sort of spearheaded the program, spearheaded for squaddies to donate. And so she was advertising, and tons and tons and tons of us donated stuff to the refugees, as part of their wish list. And it was just so fantastic to be able to support them. And what it's like. I mean, not many of us would know what it's like really to be chased out of your home or have to flee for your life, and then you're in a country and you pretty much have nothing, and winter is coming and all of that stuff. So it was wonderful that squaddies, a lot of us were able to donate stuff. And so thank you to all of us in the squad who were able to support that. Even nobody asked, but we just jumped in and supported anyway, as the squad always do. So this was so fantastic. And again, I would never have heard about this without Harry and Meghan going there. And so as we can see the pictures there, and there are also pictures of Meghan teaching the little kids, and it was just really cool. And Harry was sitting in the audience with the kids. So It was really fantastic. And not only that, not only do they support with Team Rubicon, they also support through the Human First Coalition. As we saw, a couple months ago, they were also honored by the Human First Coalition for their support. And it says Archewell Foundation accepts partnership award from the Frontline Refugee Organization. The Human First Coalition presented Archewell Foundation with their Partner Organization Award for advocacy on behalf and financial support for at-risk Afghans, as well as military veterans who served in Afghanistan. The foundation remains in deep gratitude for the partnership with Human First, whose mission has helped thousands since last year. The organization continues to provide food, shelter, medical care, and disaster relief underground, as well as to pilot initiatives aimed at providing educational opportunities for girls above grade 6 and to bolster stateside advocacy for Afghans in need. To learn more, obviously, just when you're on the site, you can learn more about the project. But again, it's just it's amazing what they've been able to do. And just, again, Harry's connection to the military, again, having served in Afghanistan, and just he hasn't forgotten them. And it's great to see that Archewell has been doing everything they can to support in every way they can the men and women who has been forced to really flee for their lives. And it was just it's fantastic. Every time I look at this award, I'm like, this is I just love how they did it. It's just so beautiful. It is just so beautiful. And again, this was a couple of months ago that Human First Coalition they awarded Archewell with this honor. And Archewell's president, what's his name? Michael Holt. I think his last name is Holt. I don't remember his first name. Jeremy Holt? Michael Holt? No, I don't think I got the right. James Holt. I think it's James Holt. There you go. I was like, all of a sudden I forgot his first name. But he was the one that went, this actually happened in New York. And so he came to New York and accepted that award. And also in Uvalde, Texas, when they, presented like the park and all of that, he was also there, and he was actually wearing an Archewell t-shirt. And I was like, oh, Archewell's got merch. They have a t-shirt. We saw the other day that Rebecca Sonanis, who is the producer of Archetypes, she was wearing a sweatshirt, an Archetype sweatshirt. I'm like, when are y'all going to put that out, so people can buy them? But at the moment, they're not. So there you go. But yeah, I just think it's absolutely fantastic, the work that they're doing. Let's see, number 4, Prince Harry and his work with Wellchild. And I love that they are pulling this. I think they pulled this under Archewell. All their work is now coming under Archewell. And who didn't love this video? I mean, we all saw this video, the video with Harry, because as we know, he was supposed to be a part of the ceremony when they were in the UK in September, and then the Queen died the same day. The event went ahead. It was a little bit abbreviated, I think. The event went ahead that night, but of course, Harry had to go to Balmoral. We know all the drama that happened there, and Meghan did not attend. So, a few weeks ago, probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, maybe, Harry had a phone call, a Zoom call with all of the participants and the award winners. And we remember that video. There are a couple of pictures at the bottom with Harry and the kids. I love the one, especially the one on the right with the little 10-year-old girl she had like numerous surgeries, but she was teaching Harry sign language. It was just so wonderful. And the little not jokes they give, they played on Harry and all of that stuff. So I just thought it was really fantastic. And again, his work with Wellchild, he's been the patron of Wellchild for over 10 years, and it's unbelievable. It's his, they always say it's his favorite event. It's the first one that goes into his calendar. And so it is wonderful, the work that they are doing. Again, nobody can match this kind of work, no, at least not in that royal family, and On Archewell, it says Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, spent time with a memorable group of young people and their families from Wellchild. Wellchild is an organization that the Duke has been patron for the several years and is charitable leader based in the UK that provides care for seriously ill children and is allied with Archewell Global Philanthropic Network. And I love that it's now allied with Archewell. It's like, yes! Throughout the event, Prince Harry had a chance to talk directly with the 2022 Wellchild Award winners, hear their stories, and share touching moments with their families. And again, the video is on their site. So I actually will pull their video into the link to it. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can actually get to see it. But I love that they are now partnered with Archewell. It's like, yes, you know, it is absolutely fantastic. Number 5, let's see. I'm telling you, Archetypes is amazing. Especially the Archetypes a couple of episodes back when it was World Mental Health Day with the episode with Constance Wu when she's talking about, wanting, she was having suicidal ideations and stuff. That was World Mental Health Day. And on that episode, and it's probably they probably left it on all the other episodes and I hadn't checked, but I know definitely on that episode, as you can see bottom right where it says Spotify, Archewell has teamed up with Project Healthy Minds. And so Project Healthy Minds is a mental health organization, and so that have a ton of resources that if you need help in any way that you can get it. And so it's an Archewell. That information is on Archewell. It is also on Spotify at the bottom of that episode, as you can see the bottom right. And also on that episode, Spotify also has their resources as well, mental health resources, as you can see at the bottom. And so Archewell said that there says, in honor of World Mental Health Day, Archewell Foundation continues to amplify the works of Project Healthy Mind and the comprehensive resource guide the organization created for the launch of Archetypes. Project Healthy Mind is a non-for-profit founded for today's mental health needs. Their resource guides allow one to search for help they need based on emotional state or resource type. To view and share, you can click the resource guide. So on the site, just, definitely just go. And then Project Healthy Mind as well, they tweeted about it. It says, if Meghan, and again, they're talking about that episode, the World Mental Health Day episode with Constance Wu and Deepika was on that episode as well. It says, if Meghan's continued conversation bring up any feelings that you're processing now is a great time to ask for help. We have partnered with Archewell on a mental health service guide, which is a great place to start. And again, I love the fact that Archewell they're not just giving money, they are partnering with people. And that's the thing I love, is like the community that they are building. It's not just, give money here or give money here, whatever. They are partnering with them. They are maintaining those relationships, and whatever project they're doing, they're including their community. So they're not just doing stuff by themselves. They are having other organizations be a part of it. I mean, again, this is in partnership with Spotify and Archetypes. And so I love this. And again, that is why they're so effective at what they're doing. It's not just, I'm going to be a patron here and I'm going to be a patron there. No, they're teaming up with other organizations to be, to work together. And I absolutely love that. So I'm going to go through this and then I'm going to jump into the chat to see what you guys are saying. I know there's other stuff going on, but I just want to today focus on the great work that Harry and Meghan are doing and why they are just the best royals and why they are so good at what they're doing and the kind of impact that they are making in the world. So I'm just going to go through number 6. proof that they're the best royals. We talked about this yesterday, Marshall Plan for Moms. And so I didn't even realize, again, we didn't know because we didn't know it was there. Archewell posted about this, that was part of the Variety, the Variety cover and all of that stuff. And so it was just like, I didn't know it was there. So advocating for equitable and affordable access to childcare as part of this year's Variety Women's Variety Power of Women issue. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, uplifted the work of Reshma Saujani and Marshall Plan for Moms, who were awarded a new grant. Archewell's foundation previously teamed up with Marshall Plans for Mom as part of a new national coalition working to make the case for more equitable and affordable access to childcare is a business imperative in the United States. And then, you can learn more about it on the site. And we talked a little bit more in depth about this yesterday. So I just love this. And Reshma, who is the founder of Marshall Plan for Mom, she tweeted about it. She says, honored to have We Are MPM partnership with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and the Archewell Foundation, highlighted in the latest issue of Variety. And Professor Murray, if you guys know she is a professor. You can see her on like different television shows like MSNBC and stuff, talking either politics or legal stuff that's come up. She is incredible. She actually recently had a meeting with Meghan. And they were all I think they were doing a Zoom call. She didn't say what the meeting was about, but she was on that meeting as well with Meghan. So she says, delighted for our BWLN.NYU Fall 2022 Symposium partner, Marshall Plans for Mom, We Are MPM, which is working with Archewell to support working families and caregiving. Congrats at Reshma Saujani. And so this incredible, women working moms at home, stay-at-home moms, are usually so nobody pays attention to stay-at-home moms. We're like, they're like the last, people just sort of take, they just look at it as like, okay, they're just taken for granted. The work that they do for their kids at home, especially, is just taken for granted. Whether it's just stay-at-home moms or single mom, whatever the issue, whatever your state is, it's just taken for granted, and people don't advocate as much for moms. And so this organization is doing an incredible job, and Meghan is definitely advocating for them and financially supporting them. So kudos to Meghan for doing that, and all, a part of Archewell. So, and again, making partnership with them, which is what I absolutely love. So Professor Murray is awesome. She's such a squatty. I love her. I absolutely love her. So, but again, yeah, she was on a Zoom call with Meghan and Archie, and yeah. So cool. Number 7 reason and proof that they are amazing. Prince Harry met with these group of teens in the UK when they were last in the UK, and nobody knew. Nobody knew until they just dropped this today. And it's just like, what? When did this happen? We had no idea. And I didn't know until today that this organization was in the UK. I was like, oh, really? When I looked them up, I was realizing that, yep, these were UK, this is a UK youth organization. And so, and Archewell, it says, as part of Archewell Foundation ongoing commitment to the future of tech that works for families, Archewell Foundation hosted a conversation with Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and the amazing young people of the Gifted Young Gravesham, or GYG, a partner organization of Five Rights Foundation, and Archewell Ally, focus on improving online safety for young people everywhere. The young adults shared personal stories about how social media affect their mood, well-being, and interaction with peers, teachers, family. These important stories and experiences continue to help leaders contextualize the global conversation around online harm and inspire new partnership ideas and policies for solving challenges young people and parents face in the digital world. And Scobie tweeted about this, and that's the first time I had seen it. It was once Scobie tweeted about it. Then I jumped on Archewell. It's like, oh, there it is. And he's, he tweeted, as part of Archewell's commitment to online safety, Prince Harry met with a youth of official GYG partners and Five Rights Foundation who share the same aim. Rep says they shared personal stories about social media's impact on their mental health and well-being and more. Again, that's cool picture of Prince Harry up there with the team. And again, this was, when they were last in the UK, and it's like nobody knew. And I love the secrecy. I mean, these are young kids, and or teenagers at least, who their cell phone is a part of their fingers. And for them to not have said one word and for this to not come out at all, it's an amazing, amazing thing. So I love that. I love the stealth. I absolutely love the stealth. And it's just, it's for me, again, Harry has been on, he has had a Zoom call with a group of young people who are putting together this whole, making online safe for young children thing. And I guess they're working with tech companies to, to design things or design ways to make it safe for children online, because they're going to go online. You might as well, figure out ways to make it safe. And it's amazing. And so again, Harry and Meghan working on the down low. Nobody knew. And the fact that, again, teenagers kept this a secret is amazing to me. Again, phones are the extension of their fingers. I don't know what they would do if they didn't have a phone. The fact that they kept the secret is amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing. So kudos to them. And kudos again to Sussex and their partners working together again. And these companies and organizations are UK based. And so number 8, Meghan discussing feminism and the labels that try to hold women back. Again, this was an event that Meghan, another stealth event that we had no idea about until Mandana Diani posted a picture that they were there. It's like, oh, and it was a woman as Spotify for Spotify employees. This was an event for Spotify. And it says Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, sat down for an intimate fireside chat hosted by women at Spotify Employee Resource Group. The Duchess discussed feminism and how we can examine and subvert the labels that try to hold women back, i.e. archetypes. And that, you can obviously learn more about it. But this is the picture we saw with Mandana Dayani. That's Mandana in the white. And I swear, I keep saying, Mandana and Meghan could be twins. They literally, they even wear their hair the same. They could totally be twins. And so the first time I'd heard about it or seen anything about it was Mandana tweeting about it. And it says at the bottom, it says at the event with Spotify from Archewell, at the event with the women at Spotify Employee Resource Group, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, stood in solidarity with the Iranian American members of the Archewell team, i.e. Mandana and I forgot her name. Is it Elizabeth? Ashley, Mandana and Ashley. The Duchess chose to wear a t-shirt to acknowledge the brave women of Iran that read "Women, Life, Freedom," the rallying cry used by Iranian women as they advocate for basic human rights like not putting a hijab on and wearing their hair out. The Duchess spoke about the importance of awareness and the incredible courage and resilience displayed daily from countless women underground. And Mandana had tweeted about it. She says, "Women, Life, Freedom allies have shown up in so many forms over the past month since the death of Mahsa Amini. I am so grateful to work with an incredible woman like Meghan and my fellow Iranian colleague and friend Ashley Mumtahini as we continue to highlight the bravery and courage of the women and young girls on the front lines of one of the most important feminist movements of our lives." And she goes on to tweet, says, at the event today, Meghan spoke about the revolution being led by women and young girls in Iran, the courage and bravery they show every day, and their leadership and advocacy of basic human rights. Women, life, freedom. As an Iranian woman who fled her country, for her home country, in pursuit of these very freedoms, I could not have been more grateful for how she chooses again and again to advocate for women around the world. Proud day at Archewell, and especially for me and Ashley Mom Tahini. So a fantastic time. I'm so happy that Meghan was there to support them. And again, oh my goodness, Meghan and Meghan and Mandana are like twins in my book. So fantastic work from Archewell. Again, oh, partnerships, and this time their partnership with Spotify. I mean, look at what they're doing, using archetypes to have these women, these fireside chat with the women at Spotify. How empowering. So she's not only doing the podcast there, she's bonding with the women of the company. And it's again, let me not even think about Shutter Island. So let's just stay on the positive. And so amazing work, again, by Meghan and Archewell. And then number 9, Archewell's Foundation Ving Project team up to grant $1 million to women in need. And again, if you or anybody have teenagers that like to participate in this, to be able to nominate someone who's in financial need, someone who have financial insecurity right now, that could use $1,000, please. If their age is 14 to 18, please. The link is in the show, will be in the show notes. It's been in the show notes since they announced it, but it's also going to be in the show notes of this episode. So please share it and have those teens, become philanthropists. And so with someone else's money, they don't even have to work for the money. So they just have to nominate the person. So Archewell says, Archewell Foundation's teamed up with Ving Project on a $1 million national giving movement designed to spread the joy of giving by inviting teens to become philanthropists in their own lives, inspired by Archetypes, a Spotify original podcast created by Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. This partnership invites young individuals between the ages of 14 and 18 years old to nominate a woman in financial need who has inspired them and defied life's hardship. If chosen, nominators will be able to give $1,000 grant to their nominee, making a difference in their life. And Ving also tweeted about it. It's like, in case you missed it, again, for us, the Ving Project is partnering with Archewell Foundation to expand our community of giving. Make your case for your nominee. And again, the link is going to be in the show notes. Please send it if you have 14 to 18-year-olds that could, and they could nominate a woman who is in need. This is coming to the holidays. Any woman in need can use $1,000, So again, incredible partnership with Archewell. Another proof why they are the best royals and the most effective and the most powerful royals. And number 10, this was specifically for Church Nelly. I was like, I have to include this one. Charity Polo to support the local Santa Barbara community. It says to support the local Santa Barbara community and raise funds for organizations making a difference. The Los Padres Polo team, which is included our faves, hosted a charity polo match in their honor. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, played for Los Padres alongside Juan Guerrero, Kiko Magrini, and longtime friend and Nelly's person, Nacho Figueres, raised funds for the event. Raised funds from the event went to CALM, which is a mental health organization which works to prevent childhood trauma, heal families, and build resilient communities. Heal the Nation, which focuses on wastewater infrastructure and ocean dumping practices that contribute to ocean pollution. And the Santa Barbara Food Bank, which works to ensure local kids in Santa Barbara County have enough healthy food. Again, they always make sure that food insecurity is not an issue. And so this is, look at these pictures. yes. The their incredible work in supporting these organizations. And then on the right, of course, we just had to relive those moments, those wonderful, wonderful polo moments with Harry and Meghan, and Harry and a horse, which is my favorite thing. And of course, Nellie's, Church Nellie's favorite, with Harry and Nacho at the bottom. I mean, talk about amazing. Polo has not been this popular in the UK, in the US press since Harry decided he wants to play on, for Los Padres. And I hope they play again for the coming summer, spring and summer. But it's amazing. And so for me, just this, there's a part two to this. There's a lot more charities that they're working with and organizations that they're working with. I just figure I'd focus on 10 today. This is enough for one day. And just proof why our faves are the best. They are the most effective. They are the most amazing. They are the most, none of, especially not those on Shutter Island, could compare to this work. And, and the more I thought about it, I'm like, this is why Harry and Meghan could not, and the palace just couldn't work together. The palace doesn't work at this pace. They would never be able to accomplish all this stuff, in the time that Harry and Meghan have been able to do this, and the relationships they've built, the impact they've made, the speed at which they do things. Again, there's a whole lot more that and I was just like, as I was putting, I'm like, this is way too much for one episode. There's so much. And I'm like, this is why Harry and Meghan had to leave and separate, because they couldn't accomplish all this thing working under the system of the palace. And I was just like, whatever they've gone through is for such a time as this, where they could be free to do the things that they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, and with who they want to work with. This is so important. And so I am just so blown away by them and what they've been able to accomplish. I am like, you go. So I'm going to jump in the chat to see what you guys are saying. Oh, first and foremost, thank you so much, Carol. I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much, Carol Rennie. I appreciate you being here and for your donation. So I am going to start from the bottom and go up. Of course, Church Nelly, I was definitely thinking of you when I was like, yeah, I got to I have to include a picture of Nacho in there, or Church Melly might have my head. So I love it. So yes. Let's see. Going up. Sylvia says, how is Pamela doing? She is doing fine. She's doing fine. She's just busy working. She was hoping to join us like a couple of weeks ago, but I hadn't heard from her. So she is busy working. But she's doing good. She's doing perfectly fine. So just busy as ever. Elaine says, Harry and Meghan have outgrown and outperformed the Unroyals. Seriously. And again, the majority of them are on vacation somewhere, and Harry and Meghan are working and doing their stuff. So yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Sherry's like, I was like, I was waiting for the Nacho celebration. Of course, Church Nelly. She see a picture of Nacho. Of course, she'll celebrate. Sonia says, my squad family yesterday had an appointment for a mammogram and also see my doctor, Gina. Best surgical. Oncologists. After all, happy to report excellent on all counts. Oh my goodness, Sonia, I am so happy to hear that. Whenever I see doctor's appointments, I always panic. And mammogram, I always panic. So I am so happy that you are well and everything checked out. Thank you, Lord. So I know that you're celebrating. I am certainly celebrating with you. So yes, kudos, Sonia. Jody says, thanks, Metal, for sharing such an impactful journey on the couple that would be daunted if you did not passionate like this wonderful couple kudos to their strength and their tenacity. I mean, so much kudos. I mean, they are doing fantastic. And I love the fact that, one of the things with them is that there was this narrative about they're just coming to Hollywood to be superstars, to be actors, to be celebrities. And the 99.9% of their work has been in the philanthropic end of things. I mean, again, this is just 10 of so many other organizations and so many other things that they're doing in the philanthropic space, as Meghan calls it. And this is so, it upends the narrative that was coming ahead of them that, oh, they're just here for fame and fortune and all this nonsense. And look at what, if people want to know what Harry and Meghan do, as some in Shutter Island are like, what do they do? I don't know what they're doing, because in their minds, the only thing you do in California, they still think Harry and Meghan live in Hollywood for some strange reason. I think they assume Santa Barbara is Hollywood. I don't ask, but somebody needs to pick up a California map. But it upends their narrative. So oh, Katie K, thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Let's see. Moving on. Let's see. Scrolling up. Joseph Bruno. Hi, Joseph. Joseph says, once our lovebirds were free from their gilded cage, they are soaring to unimagined heights. Exactly. They wanted to fly, and Shutter Island is like, nope, we gotta clip your wings. You gotta stay up in your place. You're gonna stay in that little box we built for you. And I am so happy that they was just like, no, we're out. We are out of here. They're still to this day trying to be like, oh, they're going to remove Harry from being Council of State. It's like, Harry left. Somehow y'all still haven't figured out that Harry left. So maybe one day they will. Who knows? Or maybe not. Sherry West, she's talking to Sylvia. That's why every time Has looks at Meghan, he's saying, I can't believe I have this wonderful, kind woman who loves me in my life. I'm a lucky man. He sure is. He sure is. He has hit the jackpot and he knows it. And that's why a lot of people are upset. It's like, really? You're in love with her? Why not me? Why can't you be in love with me? It's like, all that hate because of jealousy. Phil Benjoy says, with the ancestry results, I heard a few people say it's not always accurate. I mean, who knows? Is it 100%? I don't believe any of those things is 100%, but who knows? She said she's gonna look further into it. So if something is different, it may come up. But none of these things are foolproof for 100. You take what you get, I guess. When I did mine with xenographics from National Geographic, is it 100%? No, but it's for me, it was convincing enough. And judging from some of the stories that, again, we did it as a group, and it's like a group of people from from Caribbean islands that did it together. And we sat down every week and we told stories from our past, and a lot of talked a lot about our family and where our family came from. And so from some of the stories that were told, I always remember this girl from Jamaica, and she was telling us about her, and she's a Black girl, and she was telling us about some of her Jewish family members, and she didn't know how she had Jewish family members from Israel. And so she didn't know how it happened. And I will never forget that when her results came back, that was one of the things. They traced it from where her line began, and it went through Israel somehow. And it's just like it was like the most amazing thing. It was just like, oh my goodness. So again, is it 100%? I don't know, but there's for me enough proof that there's a good chance that whatever is there is correct. And again, I don't know if it's Genographic she did, which is the one I did with National Geographic. So I don't know if that's the one she did, but Who knows? Let's see. Moving on. Oh, Joseph, I'm coming right back to you. Joseph says, it's so nice to see women have these uplifting and supportive sit down conversations. It really is. It really, really is. And you feel like you're just sort of like eavesdropping on two best friends having a chat. And I love that because, again, it upends that narrative of women are always competitive, Black women are always angry, and all this ridiculous things that they throw on especially Black and women of color. So it's really beautiful to see. Sylvia says, Meghan also met with teenagers in the Netherlands, and we only found out well after the Invictus was over. That is right. We talked about this on the show quite a few episodes ago, and she had the pictures. That exactly. It was wonderful that, you know, with Invictus going on, nobody knew she had met with them, and it's the same thing. Harry met with these kids. They don't like me calling them kids. These teenagers. And no one knew. And again, I love their stuff. I love it. They're like ninja Sussexes. I absolutely love it. Sherry Ware says, C-Mac, I don't know how these kids kept that big secret. Even today as an adult, my big mouth would have let the secret out, unfortunately. I'm telling you, I am so impressed. And this is not the first time. There are a few events where they have done with teenagers and nothing. They have not leaked. Actually, they did Meghan did do a Zoom with adults, and one of the adults leaked, and then, you know, scrubbed her. Actually, I think she deleted her Instagram account after she posted it, and that got out, which was supposed to be a private event, and she posted it, and then, you know, repercussions, I guess. She deleted her account, but she didn't. And again, it was such a testament to these kids. They promised they wouldn't, and they didn't. And I love that. So Kathy says the Sussexes are not competing with the royal family. They are on their own humanitarian, philanthropic, business paths. The royal family need to stop trying to catch up. Will and Kate need to try to copy, not working. Will and Kate need to try to copy, not working. Okay. Yeah, they definitely are not competing. I mean, yeah, there's really no competition there. I mean, the royals, you know, you can't compete where you don't compare. It's like there's no competition there, you know. But again, what the royals can do is watch and imitate. I mean, if I were them and I was in their situation and I was smart, what I would be doing was like, okay, let me just pay attention to what they do, how they do it, and imitate it. You know, imitate. That's how we learn. I mean, as kids, children are the greatest learners. They just soak stuff up. And what do? They soak it up. They have no filter. So they imitate everything these adults do. And that's why they grow so fast. That's why, because they imitate. And I think if we pay attention as kids, and if I were them, I would be imitating the Sussexes. I don't care how it looks. Because why? The Sussexes are doing what they need to do, and they are being successful. And if they want to, why not imitate some people that are successful? That said, they're going to have to imitate their work ethics. And I think that's the area that I don't think they want to do. In order to get the success, you have to imitate the work ethics, because it did, you know, the Sussexes, it's not just happening. They put in the work. And that's the Achilles heel for, say, the Cambridges, the work ethic that they don't have. So there you go. Let's see. C-Max says, those kids are great. There's no way I'd be able to maintain secrecy this long after watching that funeral assault. Yeah, it's they are, and you know, it's so funny. I am so much, because when I was, you know, maybe a few years ago, I didn't, you know, now being around teenagers and being able to teach teenagers, I have so much respect for them, because I'm getting to know them as people. And, you know, because in a lot of ways I forgot what I was like as a teenager. And so I had this attitude of like, oh, teenagers, oh gosh, really? You know, I had that attitude. And so it's amazing when you're able to be around them and talk to them and get to know them. It's like they really are amazing. They will blow your mind. And it's just like, wow. So I have a new respect for them, you know. They are awesome. So yeah. Oral, hi Oral. Oral said, I just heard Princess Meghan is 43% Nigerian. Oral, where have you been? Have you been hiding in Mars for the last 24 hours? Like, where have you been? How are you just hearing this? Have you had a bag over your head? Welcome, Oral. So Oral is just getting clued into the fact that our girl is Nigerian. And I'm sure if I go over to Sussex Squad podcast, she is Tina is still over there celebrating with jollof rice and everything else. So, oh my goodness. I'm in the place of you can't beat them, join them. I'm just gonna join the celebration because she ain't Trinidadian, she ain't Tobagonian, she's Jamaican, she is Nigerian. So I'm just gonna join in, even though I'm jealous. Let's see. Moving on. Let's scrolling up. Oh, Elaine, you weren't feeling well? Oh, I am so happy you're feeling better. You know, it's just, I guess whether it's flu or whatever is going on, there are so many aches and ailments going on, especially also COVID. Guys, COVID is still here. My sister works in a hospital, and I had to like stop our conversation a few days ago. I was just like, that was just too much frightening information for me. And it is jarring what's going on, and people aren't reporting it. And so people just, you know, I think people just assume that COVID is kind of gone, and it's not. And she was telling me the horror stories of how many people per day that they are intaking into the hospital for really severe cases of COVID. And I was just like, oh my goodness. I had to, after a while, it was just too much for me. I could not work in a hospital. That is just crazy. But yeah, so please, please, please wear your mask, wash your hands, take, you know, if you're not vaccinated and you're open to it, please get whatever you need to do, please do it, because COVID is still here. It is still rampant. It is still making people incredibly sick, and it's still killing a lot of people, even though it is not on the news anymore as it used to be. So yeah, please take care of yourselves. I am one of those people where I'm gonna, you know, probably one of 2 or 3 people on the train that has my mask on, my goggles still on. I'm like, I'm not taking. I still put my, you know, put my gloves on if I'm touching. You know, if I'm on the subway and I'm touching anything, I'll have my. And I'm the one that people are gonna look at weird. But I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. So there you go. Let's see. Let me scroll down all the way to see where you are. All the way at the bottom. Okay, all the way down. Church Nelly says, Elaine, stop looking at that unroyal family picture. They're making you sick. Okay, Elaine, stop. Whatever it is you're doing, I'm making you sick. Stop looking at it. So there you go. Joan Garcia, thank you so much for your support. She says, you go with your entertaining and informative part. Aw, thank you so much, Joan. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sherry says, I'm not taking off my mask in public. I don't care how people look at me sideways. I know people are beginning to really look at you sideways. I mean, especially, I don't know where you are, Sherry, but New York is like, I think people forgot that we were ground zero for COVID, that they're at the point where they're looking at me strange because I'm wearing my mask. I'm like, I don't care what y'all do. I'm just keeping my mask on. So there. But definitely, Sherry, good for you. I am right here with you on that one. So, let's see. I'm scrolling up. Aw, thank you, Jenny. Jeannie, I appreciate. Oh, there you go, Jeannie. Aw, thank you so much. And good. I'm glad you're still wearing your mask. You keep that mask on until that stuff goes away. You keep it and protect yourself. Let's see. Oh, Elaine says my granddaughter works at the NHS hospital, and she says it's absolutely on the rise. Yeah, exactly. So you're in the UK, so it's on the rise. My sister is here in the US, and she said the same thing. It's on the rise, and people don't know because it's not on the news anymore, and so people are not paying attention, and it's absolutely on the rise, which is why I got so terrified when she was talking to me, and I was like, okay, I gotta go now. That was just too much. Yeah, it's definitely on the rise. And so I think we've been lulled into a false sense of, oh, wait, nobody is talking about it, so COVID is not here. It is still here. So, yeah. Oh, really? Sonia says, Polo, what are you talking about? Meghan is also Jamaican. Harry is Jamaican. So is she. Really? Oh, well, okay. Welcome, my Jamaican brother and sister. But what does that do to me, though? I'm not Jamaican. I'm Trinidad and Tobago. She has to also be from Trinidad and Tobago. So okay. So now I'm going to be jealous of Jamaicans. Lord, I didn't have room for all this jealousy. I love it. Oh, bye, Jeannie. Have time with your choir practice. Ooh, your choir practice. Very nice. Adults can sing just for fun group. I don't care. Just you go make a joyful noise, honey. That's all you need to do. Just make a joyful noise. That's all you're required to do. As long as you're happy doing it. Let's see. Sophia says, Pedal, that firm touts about being there 1,000 years and the royalists support them as they are. They lied that Meghan was trying to change the monarchy, so we could care less how they work over there. That's the point. I mean, they should have just let Meghan change them because, gosh knows, they're not really doing much of anything at this moment. So there. They just should have changed. Let's see. Moving up and scrolling a few months. Does anybody know what time is Baron on at 1:30? Does anybody know? I didn't check it. When I actually checked earlier, there wasn't anything there, so I didn't know if he was coming on at 1:30 or not. So let's see. V says, hey, Battle and Squatties, well, they copycat tries but fails miserably. Keep at it, honey. Just keep trying. Maybe one day it'll get there, she copies the fashion stuff. I'm talking work ethic stuff. It's like that's the thing that they need to copy so that they get substance. It's the work ethics part. She tries and fails on the fashion part. I'm like, girl, just forget the fashion. Focus on the ethics. Focus on work. Focus on whatever you're doing having meaning. That's the part to focus on. The fashion stuff, whatever. But let's see. Turi says, Pedal, you're speaking about the British royal family and use the word smart. Ooh, we shady theories. We shady. Ooh, I love the snark. I love the petty. Oh my gosh, I love it. Let's see. Moving on. Lydia is here. Lydia says, yes, I recall that the curly hair photo with Miss Daria and Archie. Glad she deleted that picture. Oh, yes. That's the woman who was on the call. Actually, it turned out that Professor Murray that we just saw earlier, who was retweeting about Marshall Plan for Moms, Professor Murray, she was also on that call, and she told us, she tweeted that That was a private Zoom call, and they were specifically asked to not share anything. That was not supposed to, nothing from that meeting was supposed to go out in the sense of, definitely not a picture of Meghan and I'm not going to say who else is in there, but they were specifically told not to, and that woman went and shared that, and then whatever happened, she deleted her Instagram. I don't know if she's back on Instagram, but she deleted the picture and deleted her own Instagram. That was an adult that did that. And look, again, as we were saying, these teenagers who, again, their phones is attached to their fingers, they kept the secret. So there you go. Sometimes us adults need to learn from kids. You need to learn from kids. So let's see. Jay Patterson says, hello, and I got my 4th COVID vaccination about a month ago. Okay, so Sherry is all vaccinated. But I got 3. So I was asking a pharmacist a couple of days ago if I have to have, if I should get the 4th. And she said that it's up to me to decide if that's something I got. So I'm trying to find out about that, if I have to have the 4th, because I Googled it, and no one seems to know if I have to do it or if it's suggested or if it's just people that have, pre-existing conditions and stuff like that. So I'm a little confused as to the 4th, because I have another friend who had got her 4th COVID shot, and so I don't know if I have to get it or if it's advised. Like, again, I spoke to a pharmacist and she wanted to have nothing to do with it. She's like, no, it's up to you, it's like, okay. Doctors are not even, well, she's not a doctor, but she didn't want to give advice on it. So I guess I have to go to my doctor and find out if that's something that I have to do. But I definitely keep myself together, keep on my mask, etc. Oh, thank you so much. Baron is scheduled at 2 p.m. So he is coming up shortly, and I'll see you guys. I haven't had a chance to go on Baron's and jump onto Baron's in a while. So I most likely will be joining you all today and hanging out with Baron. It's so funny. My mom was telling me, like, Baron was showing this picture of this baby in a red, and isn't that baby Lily? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, Baron had it on. I was like, wet day. She's like, Baron had it. You have to. It's my mom's like, she loves Baron. Like, Baron is like her favorite podcast. I love it. She is. My mom is funny. Let's say a couple more before we end. Dolores says, I still wear a mask, and I'm seeing more people wearing masks again, and we should. And we absolutely, absolutely should. Oh, Sherry says she is in Washington, Seattle, Washington. I have to visit Seattle, Washington. And I heard it's so beautiful there. I heard it rains a lot, but I have to visit, because every time I hear about Seattle, Washington, I hear how absolutely, absolutely beautiful it is. And yeah. Let's see, a couple more. C-Mac says, one of the last people in my office that wears a mask, and I think I'm gonna be that way for the rest of my life. Mask stops more than just COVID. It sure does. It sure does. Let's see. Scrolling up, see what I missed. I'm gonna scroll back down and see what else I missed down here. Charities says the 5 a.m. email was the change that they dread in the monarch. Kate is now a patron of a lady who is traveling solo, and I saw that today, and I was just like, okay, Kate Middleton is on vacation, so they need to act like she's doing something. And so she is now the patron of this military officer who is doing a solo trek to the Antarctic. And so it's like, well, what does a patron actually do, especially when you're on vacation and somebody is prepping to go on a solo trip? She's not going to have any support team with her. She's doing it by herself, which is, I think, it's crazy, but she's going to be doing it by herself. And so Kate is the patron of this walk. And I'm like, well, what exactly are you going to be doing? Are you going to be meeting her and going walking there with, like, because I know when Harry did it with the walking with the wounded, Harry actually walked with them. He is actually there. So exactly what does that mean in terms of her being a patron of this walk? Like, she's literally on vacation right now. And of course, the palace had to put out a press release that she's the patron. I'm like, you're on vacation. What kind of help are you providing? Exactly. And again, this is just, let's just put out in the world to let people think we're doing something, but we're really not really doing anything. But kudos to this lady. She's out there doing that. And prayer for her. I think it takes 75 days or something for her to do it. And like, I don't even know, one, with a group, how you do it. I definitely don't understand how you do it as a person by yourself with no support team. Like, I don't know how you do that. So we'll see. Again, she's in the military, so she is, I'm sure, trained, and I think she does a lot of things like that. So I'm sure she feels like she's trained. So please pray for her and kind of ignore the patron nonsense. Sherry says, yes, it's beautiful in Washington. We get rain, but it's mostly overcast and drizzle rain when not in the rainy season. You would love Seattle. Best time to visit is June, July, or August. Oh, okay, fantastic. Yeah, because New York is horrible, especially in the August with the heat. So I'll have to think about it. I definitely would love to come to Seattle. It's just, always looks so beautiful when I see pictures or people talk about it. So yeah. So let's see a couple more before we end. Thank you guys for indulging my proof of the Sussexes being the most amazing, the most amazing royals. Let's see. We can take this away from there. Yeah, there you go. Couple more. Let's see. Teresa says, Kate will do nothing. That poor lady is doomed. May the Lord take care of her since Kate won't. I think you're absolutely right. It's a good thing we are a praying community, because Lord, she needs a lot of prayers. Don't expect help from the royals. When they say that they're going to be patron, that means, oh, this is another way for me to attach my name onto something so I get attention. So that's what that actually means. So yes, but I love the way you put it, Therese. Thank you. Sadia says, Petal, I'll settle for this. Meghan and Harry belongs to all of us. Oh, thank you. Thank you for not letting me feel jealous. I appreciate that. I absolutely appreciate that a lot. And Sylvia says, Seattle is somewhat like Germany. Oh, really? Germany is like that? I never thought of Germany as rainy and, that raininess. I don't know why. I just never thought of Germany like that. I thought of like England would be more like that. Now the more you know, I guess. So, yeah, that is interesting. That is very interesting. Huh. Very, very interesting. Okay. Traditionally says the Royals are on vacation again. We don't need to work in order to vacation. Now, it's funny. It's like, our kids are on vacation, so we are on vacation. Unbelievable. Most likely, they're not even, judging from their vacation stuff in the past, they may not even be in the UK. So I don't know where they are, but chances are they're not. So yeah. But let's pretend we are here. So let's see, one more. Legs says, "Hey, Pedal. Hey, Legs. COVID shots are like flu shots. Each shot gives you antibodies for a newer strain. I got the fourth because it has the Omicron strain in it. I don't know if it has another one." Oh, okay. That makes sense. Did you get the Pfizer or the what is the other ones? All of a sudden I'm forgetting their names. Yeah, because I got the Pfizer one. So that's the one I was checking into to see if I needed a fourth one. So, but this is good information. It's so weird because this is like the first time that I'm like, okay, do I need it? I usually run away, like the flu shot. I've never gotten a flu shot in my entire life because I am so. The one reason is I hate needles. I don't do things that have needles attached to it. And I get so afraid of needles. And one of the reasons is because, whenever they have to draw blood for something, they could never find a vein because my veins are very small. And then they always end up poking me all over the place to try to find one. And so that thing gives me nightmares of being just poked by a needle. And so anything that has a needle, I run. And so I would never, just the idea of a needle, I just like, no, just stay away from me. And so that's one of the very big reasons I stayed away from flu shots. And so it's only because of the intensity of COVID. And, again, when you live in New York and you've been here and, been in a city that was ground zero where, at least 800, sometimes 900 people are dying a day, that would scare you to death. And that's the reason why I got my COVID shots. I was like terrified. And so, yeah. And so I'm like, so that's why I'm like, again, this is the first time I'm like researching, like, do I need a third one? So I don't know if it's a Pfizer or, if I do need with Pfizer. So again, I'm going to keep checking to see if, but thank you, Legs. And see if that means I need a fourth one, a Pfizer one, or if it's the other ones I need a fourth one, because apparently they're different. So we will see. Whatever it needs to protect me, I will do it. So there you go. CMAX says the fourth covers the last variant. This is going to be like the flu, where you're always trying to stay ahead of the next variant. Yes, that's the thing. It's like this, it feels forever. I don't think we've ever been in a situation where there's something like this that just feels it's still gonna keep mutating and mutating, and we're always gonna have to keep vaccinated, and it's just not going, it just feels forever. And yeah, it's sad. But anyways, one more and then we are done. Let's see who has the last post that we will say goodbye on. Let's see. Oh, hi, Whitland. Whitland says, Pedal, I got my fourth a few days ago. The pharmacist said this is about the current shot and it protects us from all variants. What they're in the dark about is how long the antibodies last in your body. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you so much for this information. This is a lot more information than I found on Google when I Googled it. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. And Mathilde, hi Mathilde, how are you? Matilda says, Meghan belongs to all of us. We're proud to be Nigerian in the UK. All right. So there we go. That will be the last. She belongs to all of us. We will all love her, and we will park. That this is for me. I will park my jealousy, and and be happy she is Nigerian. All of us here. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate just pull this down. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys spending your afternoon with me. Ending on this wonderful, I should have stayed on this picture. I don't know why. I forgot I had it. But this wonderful picture of our Duke and Duchess and the one young conference that they had. I love this picture so much. It is just the best. But yes. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you to our awesome moderators, Lydia, Trish, Nelly, Karen M, Julie Rock, Cookies and Cream. I didn't say Julie Rock, did I? But thank you guys for hanging out with me, making our space safe, and making it wonderful that we can just have a great time chatting. Thank you so much to our 2 Cents Crew members who support the channel monthly. Thank you all so much for your incredible support, really the kindness, generosity of your hearts. Thank you so much. And to all our other Gold Star supporters who supported, like today, in super chat, super stickers, super thanks, PayPal, Cash App, merchandise. Thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate you and appreciate all of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, hey guys, have a fantastic day. I will most likely see you all over at Barron's. I'll come over and say hello and hang with Barron for a bit because I miss Barron. I haven't spoken to or listened to in probably a week or something. But thank you guys so much. I love you all. Have a fantastic day. And we'll just end this here. Bye everyone. Love you.